Finally, I'd like to call Michael Moses up with Delaware North. Delaware North is our food and beverage concessionaire at the terminal at Will Rogers World Airport. And Mr. Moses has a brief presentation to talk about some of the new concessions that will be rolling out in 2017. Michael, thanks for being here.
Thank you, Mark, for having me and the trust. I'd like to introduce, I have brought a few folks with me today. So I brought Keith Paul with Good Egg Dining, with represents Tucker's. And then I have Robert Lee and Angelo from Coolgreens. Also I have Jeff Friedman, which is our Vice President of Operations, to come join and support these announcements. So for me, I'm a local boy, got local ties, love the local part. So last year, Delaware North, we really set out to focus on how many things that we can source locally, whether it be businesses that we do business with, our vendors, also products. So this initiative with the Made in Oklahoma, and I'm very happy to say that all of our locations are MEO certified. So with that, we wanted to kind of dig a little bit deeper and stay committed to our community. So with our commitment to our community, and then wanting to enhance some operations with opportunities that came aboard, we partnered with our local partners that I just introduced. With this, two things it does. It's going to help drive revenue, which that helps all of us, but it also just strengthens Delaware's North tie that we have local people here. We're part of the community. So as you can see, overall our projection is we really believe this is going to drive an additional $56,000 in annual revenue each year for the airport. So as we reconcept these three spaces. So kind of what that looks different. We currently are old concepts. We have an Oklahoma bakery that's down in the west end of the concourse, and we will be changing that to Coolgreens. Really looking fresh, healthy salads. This should happen and be in place and open in early March. Our contract with Salt Lick came to an end, and so we looked and sourced what would be the one missing point that we needed in the food court area. So we partnered with Cinnabon, so we'll be bringing Cinnabon. So we'll have a great snack category in the food court. And then we're looking at this transition should happen in mid-March. And then our contract and partnership with Sonic after 13 years came to an end, and as they decided to focus more on traditional car hop, drive-up venues, we needed a great burger concept that represented Oklahoma, and so we're able to partnership with Tucker's Onion Burger, and we're looking to have that open in late April. So the next slide is just kind of a map because some aren't out at the airport all the time. So Tucker's and Cinnabon will be in what we call our food court area. And then Coolgreens will be down towards Gate 8, which will kind of service the United American Airline passengers down at that end of the airport. So a little bit about what these are going to look like. So here's a rendering of Coolgreens as it will represent, so nice, vibrant, fresh look. Again, their concept is really based off of fresh farm-to-table concept. Everything's made daily in-house. We are working currently with them on finalizing some menus. Our overall hours of operations will be from 5 a.m., so we get the morning flight, so we will be serving breakfast there, and then we'll stay open within the 30 minutes of the last scheduled flight on that end of the concourse. Again, this is they have 6 locations throughout the city at this time, and so we're again very pleased to be partnering with them. Here's a sample of their menu, although this is not this is their current street menu or a portion of it. These will be some similar items that we'll be offering fresh each day at the airport. Here's our rendering of Tucker's Onion Burger. So with this, kind of an interesting deal, onion burgers are an Oklahoma thing, really back in the Great Depression. Being able to blend onions with fresh ground meat to stretch the burgers back then became a flavor of choice. The city of El Reno celebrates this each year with the Onion Burger Festival and makes, the world's largest onion burger and has a big fanfare. This concept has been recognized by the Choice Award. If you look them up online, they're one of the top 5 places to come eat and grab a burger. So partner with them, we figured this would make a great partnership to replace the burger concept in Oklahoma. Tucker's currently has 4 metro locations. We are working with them as well. We'll have a breakfast menu, so we'll sell more than just our burgers all day. But we'll open at 5 a.m., stay open to 7 p.m., and again, we'll work with the airlines and stay within 30 minutes of last scheduled flights. On the next page is their picture of their current menu. Again, there will be some additional items as we'll serve breakfast. And so this is not our final menu, but a good sample of what you'd see if you currently visit them now. And then some folks are going to love me for this one or hate me for this one, depending on their waistline, but Cinnabon, wonderful snack place. Something that's been missing from the airport is just that place to come get a snack item. And so their design's really kind of the Tiffany blue, the woodwork, and it's going to make a great standout along with the aroma in the food court. But Cinnabon is one of the world's most recognized brands when it comes to snacks, and in Oklahoma will be the first full-size or fully operating Cinnabon. Most are tied to Shaloski's, where it's just a mini or limited version. We'll have a full menu with breakfast, drinks, as well as all the packs for people to take home and use that as additional revenue. 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. operational times. And again, this is one that we're anticipating as many departures and arrivals to probably be an equal amount of the sales generated out of this. Can't go wrong picking up a 6-pack of Cinnabons and going home after a business trip. These are the items that have been developed for the airports, and as you can see, we have the breakfast sandwich as well as the sausage sandwich, and then specialty drinks. Something that Sonic had in the past with the specialty drinks. So with the snack beverage, this allows us to kind of recoup that and still offer that to the guests that travel. Due to our expiring contract with with Sonic, we had to come up with a temporary location that's in that where Tucker's will be. So that is our Route 66 Express. We opened that the day after Christmas, and it has been a success, not only for us, but we've maintained the revenue generated out of that for the airport as well. So, we're anticipating that operating for a total of about 120 days, as that will be the space that Tucker's goes in. We attached kind of the menu that we've stayed true to the burger category, but also offered some of our favorites off of our Route 66 sit-down restaurant at the west end of the airport. So, attached just a schedule. Obviously, some of these things are already happening. In January, we've removed the branding of Salt Lick. We've put up Coming Soon Cinnabon, so folks understand what's going in there. We'll be working with our local contractor to put up walls to kind of block off the empty space in the construction area, and we'll be utilizing our grab-and-go coolers to generate revenues that's offset from those being closed. Most of the activity you see really starts popping in March, so we'll have Coolgreens under construction and looking to open in early March, and then Cinnabon by mid-March, and then we'll flip in April to pretty much after Easter is kind of where we're hoping to be able to open our Tucker's. So again, in our focus of keeping things local and tying to our community, that we also, our A&E team is Red Prairie Design, and then Globe Constructions, which are both local companies that have been here for a while. So anyways, we're happy to be making these changes in the airport. We feel that it's a great time and a great benefit to continue our tie with some local things. So that's all I have, unless there's any questions for anybody.
Yeah, two questions that are related. One, I'd just like you to speak on why the later hours on Saturday night, and then I'm a little bit confused over the hours of other times that say 30 minutes before the last flight. Is that the scheduled time that a flight comes in? I've gotten to be an expert on the midnight flight from Phoenix and Las Vegas lately, and I'm just curious as to how that all works.
Well, scheduling-wise, when we look at, I'll start with Saturday. Saturday, most airlines' outbound flights are finished around 6 o'clock. There's a few that have flights after that, so that's where we kind of tag into that. Most of my operations can close 30 minutes within the last scheduled flight that's going outbound. Fortunately or unfortunately, with the concessionaire at the airport, it's our outbound passengers that are stopping and getting something to eat, so that's where we set our focus in catering. Most of you arriving on that midnight flight, you're ready to get in the car and go home. You're not interested in stopping and having a Shaloski sandwich. So that's kind of the purpose where we focus on the outbound flights. On where the 30 minutes comes from them leaving is they start boarding you 25 to 30 minutes before. So I really don't want you in line. I want you to come to the airport 2 hours, 2.5 hours before and get something to eat and not be stressed and have a nice relaxing time at the airport. So that 30 minutes is just really a window that airlines operate where you're getting on their plane 30 minutes before they're actually taking off. So that's kind of where that sets. And I leave that because it's hard to do a determined set time. The airlines change their schedules about 3 times a year. So spring break, we have later flights, so that automatically shifts. Our opening time stays later. Then we get into this part of the year where flights are pretty much done at 8 o'clock, so we start shutting things down at 7:30.
Thank you.
Just one other question. The sandwich shops that were there and so forth, are they going to stay as it stands, like Slosky?
Yes, all the others the only things that are flipping were the ones that were mentioned today. So Shaloski's, Moe's, we continue a strong partnership with them, and that'll continue on. And then our Cross Grains, which we opened up a little over a year ago, is doing well. So we're very happy with that concept. Our coffee concept remains in place, so those changes won't be made.